You were not born to blend in. You were born to build something bigger than yourself. People will call your dreams too much, too far, too impossible. But remember this: every dream that changed the world once sounded crazy. The plane, the light bulb, the internet, every one of them began as an idea in the mind of someone who refused to think small. So when they laugh, don't shrink, expand, because the size of your dream defines the size of your life. Dream big or stay the same. Everything you see around you was once invisible. The buildings, the airplanes, the phones in our hands, all of it started as a thought. That's the power of imagination. It's where reality begins its first heartbeat. Imagination isn't some childish fantasy. It's the most dangerous weapon in the world. It's what turns nothing into something. It's what took humanity from fire to flight, from cave walls to skyscrapers, scraping the clouds. Every great dreamer who ever lived, from Leonardo da Vinci to Steve Jobs, knew one thing. Before the world believes it, you have to see it. But here's the truth that no one tells you: imagination is lonely. It isolates you, because when you start to dream bigger than your environment, you instantly become misunderstood. People who have given up on their own dreams will try to convince you to give up on yours. They'll call you unrealistic, delusional, or too ambitious. They'll laugh because your dream reminds them of what they lost. And that's where your strength is tested, not when you win, but when you keep believing even when no one else does. Think of Walt Disney. When he first pitched Mickey Mouse, everyone told him it was ridiculous that a cartoon mouse could never connect with people. Banks refused to lend him money. He was fired from a newspaper because they said he lacked imagination. Imagine that. A man who would go on to create the happiest place on earth was told he had no imagination. That's the irony of life. Those who see what others can't are often judged by those who see only what's in front of them. But that's what separates dreamers from followers. A follower sees what is. A dreamer sees what could be. And that vision, that quiet whisper inside your soul, is not a coincidence. It's your calling. It's life itself trying to express something through you. Every invention, every painting, every story, it all begins the same way, with someone daring to imagine a world that didn't exist yet. And if you look closely, imagination isn't about seeing the future, it's about feeling it. It's the tingling on your skin when you think about who you could become. It's that strange fire that burns inside when you picture yourself doing something great. That's not daydreaming, that's destiny knocking. But you have to protect it, because imagination is fragile. It can be crushed by routine, buried by fear, drowned in doubt. You have to feed it, nurture it, believe in it when it's just a flicker, because every empire started as a flicker. Every revolution began with one person saying, "What if?" When I was younger, I used to believe imagination was just for artists. But as I grew older, I realized it's for survivors. The ones who imagine something better when life shows them only pain. The ones who create light out of darkness, purpose out of loss. Imagination isn't just creativity, it's hope in motion. And maybe you're watching this right now, sitting in your room thinking, what's the point of dreaming big when the world feels so small? Let me tell you something. Every movement that changed the world, civil rights, technology, art, freedom, started in a small room, with one person imagining something greater than their circumstances. Imagination is the first rebellion against limitation. So don't wait for permission to dream. Don't ask the world to validate what it's too afraid to understand. If you can see it in your mind, and you can feel it in your heart, then it already exists, you just haven't built it yet. Everything begins twice, first in your mind, then in the world. The question is, Will you have the courage to believe in the invisible long enough to make it real? Because that's what separates the average from the extraordinary, not talent, not luck, but imagination that refuses to die. It's what kept Einstein awake at night. It's what made Edison test thousands of bulbs that didn't work. It's what made a poor kid from Kentucky named Muhammad Ali say, "I am the greatest," long before he ever was. Every dreamer is a little crazy until they're right, and if that's the price of changing the world, so be it. So the next time someone laughs at your dream, smile, because that's proof they can't see what you see. That's proof you're ahead of your time. Let them doubt, let them joke, let them call you unrealistic, because one day they'll look up and realize that your imagination became their reality. Dream big, because imagination isn't pretending, it's remembering who you're meant to become. There will come a moment when no one claps, no one texts, no one says they believe in you, and in that moment, your dream will feel like a burden. That's the stage nobody talks about, the silence between believing and becoming. When you're chasing something bigger than yourself, you'll often find yourself walking alone. Because big dreams demand isolation. They separate you from the crowd, not because you're better, but because what you're building requires a different kind of focus, a different kind of fire. See, when you tell people your dream, they don't see what you see. They see you the same version of you they've always known. They can't imagine the person you're becoming because they're too attached to the person you've been. That's why when you say, "I'm going to change my life," most people don't believe you, not because you can't, but because they wouldn't. You'll start to notice at the distance. Friends stop calling. Family stops asking how it's going. People start treating your dream like a phase, something you'll grow out of. And maybe, for a second, you'll start to doubt yourself too. That's when most people quit. Not because they lack potential, but because they mistake loneliness for failure. But let me tell you something. Silence isn't a sign that you're wrong. It's a sign that you've entered the part of the journey that's sacred, the part where you stop performing for others and start building for yourself. Think of Elon Musk, sleeping on the factory floor when Tesla was weeks from going bankrupt. Think of J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter changed the world. Think of Steve Jobs, fired from his own company, the company he created. No one believed in them at that moment. But that didn't matter, because belief from others is not the fuel that keeps your dream alive. Conviction is, and conviction is born when no one is watching, when the likes stop coming, when the applause fades, when it's just you, your breath, your doubt, your will. That's when the real transformation begins. People often say, "I'll believe it when I see it." But dreamers live by a different rule. I'll see it because I believe it. And that difference changes everything. Because when nobody believes you, you have two choices. You can shrink to their level of faith, or you can rise to your own. I remember hearing this once. When you're misunderstood, it means you're creating something new. And it's true. Because if everyone agreed with your dream, it wouldn't be a dream. It would already exist. The reason no one believes you yet is because you're building something they've never seen before. So don't resent the disbelief, respect it. It's proof you're onto something rare. If your dream doesn't make people uncomfortable, it's not big enough. And if their laughter doesn't shake your focus, you're ready. You'll have nights where you question everything. You'll stare at the ceiling, wondering if it's worth it. You'll hear that inner voice whisper, maybe they were right. And that's when you have to dig deeper than ever before. Because success isn't born in the spotlight, it's forged in those silent wars within your own mind. Every great creator, every visionary, every world changer, they've all walked through this tunnel of doubt. What keeps them moving isn't hope that people will eventually believe in them. It's the realization that they already believe in themselves. That quiet confidence, that stubborn heart, that's what turns dreams into destiny. Here's the truth. The world won't believe you until you give it something undeniable to believe in. And the only way to do that is to keep going after the applause stops, because your consistency will speak louder than their disbelief ever could. Your results will silence every doubt. So if you're in that stage, that dark, lonely part where no one understands, you don't curse it. Cherish it. That's where the dream begins to take shape. That's where the foundation gets built. That's where you learn to fight not for validation, but for vision. Remember, every visionary was once considered crazy. Every dreamer was once told to be realistic. And every hero you admire today was once just a person who refused to quit when nobody believed. So when no one believes in you, believe harder, because that's when faith becomes real. That's when dreams start breathing. That's when you stop chasing approval and start becoming unstoppable. Because one day, the same people who doubted you will tell everyone how they knew you all along. There comes a time in every dreamer's life when silence becomes louder than support, when the applause fades and all you're left with is your own heartbeat echoing in a world that doesn't seem to care. That's the moment that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, because it's easy to dream when people cheer for you, when your vision is understood, when the path is clear. But the truth is, most of the time, it won't be. The path will be dark, the map will be blank, and the only light you'll have is the fire inside you. That's what belief really is, the ability to see something that isn't there yet, to hold a picture in your mind so clearly, so fiercely, that the universe itself starts bending toward it. Think about it, every great name you know today once walked that same lonely road. Walt Disney was fired from his first newspaper job because his editor said he lacks imagination. Imagine that the man who created worlds told he had no vision. Steve Jobs was thrown out of the very company he built. Elon Musk was ridiculed for trying to send rockets into space and make electric cars mainstream. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for television. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers. These people didn't succeed because the world believed in them. They succeeded because they believed in themselves long enough for the world to catch up. And that's where courage comes in, not the loud kind, not the one you show to others, but the quiet kind that whispers, keep going. Courage is waking up after failure, brushing off the dust, and trying again even when your hands still shake. Courage is facing your reflection after the world has told you you're not enough, and choosing to say, I still am. It's the voice that stays when all others have left. It's the force that drives you forward when logic says turn back. It's what keeps an artist painting, a writer writing, a builder building, even when no one sees the work yet. You see, the dream doesn't die when others stop believing in you. It dies when you start believing them, and you can't let that happen. You can't let the noise outside drown out the truth inside. The truth that your vision, no matter how wild, how strange, how impossible, exists for a reason. You were given that dream because you were built to bring it to life. No one else can see what you see. That's why it's yours. So when they call you crazy, say thank you. When they laugh, smile quietly, because their disbelief is just proof that your dream is bigger than their imagination. Remember, every time someone said, it can't be done, someone else went and did it. The Wright brothers built planes when people thought flight was fantasy. Edison failed 1,000 times before the world saw light. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years behind bars, yet walked out stronger than before. Their courage wasn't born from success. It was forged in pain, doubt, and endless rejection. That's what you're feeling now, not failure. but the pressure that forms diamonds. And maybe right now, you're standing in that space between who you are and who you want to be, and it hurts. You feel invisible, misunderstood, unappreciated. You're working when nobody's watching, fighting battles that no one knows exist. It's heavy, I know, but that's the price of building something real. Every legend you admire was once in your shoes, questioning everything, wondering if it's worth it. But the difference between those who make it and those who quit isn't talent, it's endurance. The courage to believe even when believing feels like bleeding. Let's be honest, it's easier to stop. It's easier to say, maybe this isn't for me. It's easier to lower your standards, dim your light, and fit in. But easy never made history. Easy never built empires. Easy never changed lives. If you choose the hard path, the path of staying true to your dream, you'll lose some people along the way. Not everyone will understand. Some will call you stubborn. Some will call you unrealistic. But years later, those same people will look at your success and call it destiny. And when that day comes, when the lights shine, when your name is spoken with respect, you'll look back at the lonely nights, the tears, the failures, and realize something powerful. It wasn't luck that brought you here. It was courage, the courage to keep believing when nobody else did. So, if you're listening to this right now and you're doubting yourself, stop. Don't give up just because it's hard. Don't walk away because it's taking time. Remember, every seed grows in darkness before it reaches the light. You are still growing. The world just hasn't seen your bloom yet. Hold your vision, protect your dream, and most importantly, trust yourself. Because one day, those who didn't believe in you will wish they had. Dreams are beautiful, but they mean nothing without action. You can sit under the stars every night, wishing and hoping, but the universe only moves for those who move first. Every idea, no matter how powerful, stays trapped in your head until you decide to give it breath. That's where most people stop. They think dreaming is enough, that imagining success is the same as building it. But dreams are just the blueprint. You still have to do the work, brick by brick, day by day, even when the excitement fades. Because real growth begins the moment motivation ends. The truth is you'll never feel ready. You'll never wake up one day and suddenly have all the answers, all the courage, all the resources. The people who make things happen don't wait for the perfect time. They create it. They start messy, they start scared, but they start. And once you start, something incredible happens, momentum. The universe rewards movement. Doors open, people appear, opportunities align. But none of it happens until you take that first uncomfortable step into the unknown. Think about it, every mountain you've ever seen was climbed one step at a time. Every masterpiece started with one imperfect brushstroke. Every successful person began exactly where you are unsure, unprepared, and terrified. The difference is they acted anyway. They didn't overthink it. They didn't let fear paralyze them. They turned that fear into fuel. Because courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision that something else matters more. Most people never fail because they try, and lose. They fail because they never try at all. They live their entire lives in almost. Almost started, almost chased the dream, almost made the move, but almost is just a polite word for regret. And regret is heavier than failure. Failure teaches you, humbles you, reshapes you. Regret just haunts you. So if you have to choose failure every single time. At least failure moves you forward. At least failure proves you were brave enough to begin. Action doesn't mean giant leaps. Every day it means consistency. It means showing up when it's boring, when it's hard, when no one claps. It's writing one more page, making one more call, doing one more rep, pushing one more inch when everything inside you says stop. That's how greatness is built, not in moments of inspiration, but in the grind of repetition. The small, unseen choices that no one celebrates. The quiet mornings, the long nights, the sacrifice. Everyone wants success, but few are willing to endure what it demands. You want to change your life. Start with discipline. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's the voice that says, get up, when comfort whispers sleep. It's choosing progress over pleasure, purpose over distraction, growth over comfort. Because dreams don't work unless you do. You can visualize your goal all you want, but if you're not taking action, it's just fantasy. Let's be real, success doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. Slowly, quietly, while the world sleeps, while others doubt, while you're still learning and failing and getting back up. That's how you build something that lasts, and there's power in patience. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust the process. You water it, you nurture it, and you let time do its work. Your dream is no different. It's growing even when you can't see it. So keep showing up, keep building in silence, because one day, the same people who doubted you will ask how you did it. Every action you take sends a message to the universe, I'm serious. And the universe responds to consistency, not excuses. It's not luck, it's alignment. When your effort matches your desire, things start to move. People start noticing, circumstances start shifting. But if you wait for perfect conditions, you'll wait forever. Perfection is just procrastination in disguise. So what if you're not there yet? So what if you fail 100 times? Every failure brings you closer to the lesson that will open the next door. Every stumble teaches you something no book can. You can't think your way into success. You have to act your way there. The road will be messy. You'll get tired, frustrated, maybe even lost. But that's okay, because progress isn't about speed, it's about direction. Keep walking. Even small steps count when they're in the right direction. Action transforms you. It builds confidence, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel confident to start, you start, and confidence grows through doing. Every small victory, every step outside your comfort zone, every day you push past fear, that's how belief is born. And soon you'll look back and realize you've become everything you once doubted you could be. So today, stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Stop wishing and start doing. Take one step, however small. Write the plan, make the call, post the video, start the business, begin the workout, move, because dreams fade in hesitation, but they come alive in action. Don't let another day slip by while you're thinking about what could be. Make it what will be. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. You don't need all the answers, just the courage to begin. And remember, every person you admire once stood at the same starting line, staring into the same uncertainty. The only difference between them and everyone else, they moved. So move, don't wait for permission, don't wait for validation, don't wait for the right time. The right time is now, because when action meets faith, that's when dreams turn real. They won't tell you this part, the in-between, the silent war, the pain behind every comeback. Because before the applause, there's always agony. Before the light, there's always darkness. Every dream worth chasing will test you, break you, and rebuild you from the ground up. That's the price of transformation. That's the cost of greatness. You'll have moments when the world feels too heavy, when the noise in your head becomes louder than the hope in your heart. You'll question yourself, your path, your worth. You'll wonder if you were foolish to believe in something so big. And it's in those moments, those late, Night battles no one sees that resilience is born, not in victory, not in celebration, but in quiet defiance. When you look at everything trying to stop you and whisper, "Not yet, I'm not done," resilience isn't about being unbreakable. It's about being able to shatter and still choose to stand up again. It's about bending under the weight of failure and still finding a reason to rise. Because life doesn't test your strength when things are easy, it tests you when you're tired, when you've given everything and there's nothing left. That's when the voice of your old self tells you to quit. That's when the new version of you, the one that's still forming, demands that you keep going. Think of every person who ever achieved something extraordinary, every athlete, every artist, every dreamer. Their story wasn't a straight line. It was pain, loss, sacrifice, rejection, and still, movement. Michael Jordan missed thousands of shots before he became the legend the world remembers. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Keanu Reeves, the man who lost nearly everything he loved, still walked forward with quiet grace, never bitter, never broken. These are not stories of luck. They are stories of resilience. Resilience doesn't shout. It whispers. It doesn't post every victory. It bleeds in silence. It's the person working 2 jobs and still chasing their dream at midnight. It's the student who failed twice and still shows up for the next exam. It's the single mother holding her family together while the world keeps testing her limits. It's every soul who keeps moving forward, even when no one sees, no one claps, no one helps. That's real strength. The kind that doesn't fade when the cameras stop rolling. Pain isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. It sharpens you. It strips away illusions. It exposes who you are when everything else is taken from you. You can't escape it, but you can learn from it. The truth is, no one grows in comfort. The comfort zone might feel safe, but nothing ever blooms there. You grow through discomfort, through heartbreak, through failure. That's where character is forged in the fire. When life knocks you down, it's not punishment, it's preparation. Every delay, every disappointment, every no is pushing you closer to the person you're meant to become. The dream you have isn't denied, it's being refined. Because sometimes you're not ready yet. Sometimes the world needs you to go through the pain first, to earn the strength that comes after. You see, pain is a sculptor. It carves away the parts of you that can't carry the dream. It builds discipline. It builds patience. It builds you. And the truth is, the world doesn't owe you an easy path. If your dream were simple, everyone would chase it. But the universe only rewards those who stay standing when the storm hits, when your friends stop believing, when your plans fall apart, when you give your best and it still isn't enough. That's when you're being tested, not to destroy you, but to see how badly you want it. Because success without struggle is empty. It doesn't shape you. It doesn't last. And when the pain feels unbearable, remember this. Everything you're going through is shaping the story someone else will need someday. Your fight will become their hope. Your comeback will become their courage. So don't give up, not just for yourself, but for the person watching silently, praying you make it, because your survival tells them they can too. That's the hidden purpose behind every battle, to light the way for someone else. Resilience is not loud, it's patient, it's stubborn, it's quiet strength that refuses to die, and it grows each time you rise from something you thought would break you. You learn that pain passes, that failure is temporary, that what felt like the end was just a turning point. You begin to see life differently, not as something happening to you, but as something happening for you. And in that moment, you become unstoppable, because no matter what happens next, you've been through worse. You've survived before, you'll survive again. So when you're on your knees, when your heart feels heavy, when everything inside you says, I can't do this anymore. Breathe. Just breathe. Take one more step. That's all you need. Don't look at how far you have to go. Look at how far you've come. You've already endured storms that others would have drowned in. You're still here. Still standing. Still fighting. That's not weakness. That's power. The dreamer in you deserves that effort. The child in you deserves that victory. Because one day you'll look back at this pain and it won't hurt anymore. It'll make sense. It'll feel like a necessary chapter. You'll realize that the pain was never the ending, it was the beginning of your becoming. So when life pushes you down, rise slower, but rise stronger. When it burns, don't run, stay, learn, transform. That's resilience. That's how you build a legacy that lasts longer than applause, longer than success, longer than your own lifetime. Because in the end, it's not the dream that defines you. It's how you fought for it when everything tried to stop you. At some point, you'll realize your dream isn't just about what you want to get. It's about who you need to become to reach it. Because dreams don't just demand talent, they demand transformation. They'll ask for your patience, your discipline, your solitude, your pain. They'll strip away your excuses, your pride, your comfort zones. And in return, they'll give you something far greater yourself. See, when you dream big, the world doesn't hand it to you. It tests you first. It asks, are you ready for the weight of what you're asking for? And most people aren't. They want the reward, not the responsibility. They want the view from the top without the climb. But that climb, that slow, painful, humbling climb, is what shapes you. Because your dream isn't waiting somewhere outside of you. It's waiting inside of you, buried under fear, doubt, distraction, and comfort. To reach it, you have to dig through everything that's been holding you back. There's a reason not everyone makes it. Dreams are filters. They separate the interested from the committed, the people who wish from the people who work, the ones who talk from the ones who bleed for it. Because your dream isn't a place you arrive at, it's a process that changes who you are on the way there. You'll have to let go of old versions of yourself, the one who doubted, who feared, who hesitated. You can't step into your future carrying the weight of your past. You'll have to outgrow certain habits, certain friends, certain environments. You'll have to learn to be okay being misunderstood, judged, or even left behind. Because elevation requires isolation, and the higher you rise, the quieter it gets. You'll find that the dream you once chased doesn't just ask for hard work, it asks for love. It asks you to live in a way that honors it. It demands honesty, consistency, humility, because you can't fake greatness. You can't shortcut growth. You either become the person your dream needs or you don't. It's that simple and that difficult. Every dreamer eventually learns this truth. The dream doesn't serve you, you serve the dream. You wake up every day, and even when you don't feel like it, you show up. You fight through fatigue, you keep building. You stay kind even when the world isn't. Because the dream isn't about fame or success, it's about becoming. It's about showing yourself who you really are when everything else fades away. Think about the people you admire most, not just for what they achieved, but for how they carried themselves through the process. Keanu Reeves lost more than most can imagine, yet he chose compassion. He chose peace, humility, quiet power, because real strength isn't loud, it's calm. It's the person who walks through hell and still smiles at strangers. It's the one who turns pain into purpose instead of revenge. That's what becoming your dream looks like. It's not about proving the world wrong, it's about proving your soul right. You'll start to notice something as you grow. The dream you began with, it changes. It becomes less about money, less about attention, less about proving anything, and more about peace, fulfillment, purpose. It becomes about contribution, about leaving something behind that matters. Because the true goal of dreaming big isn't to stand above others, it's to lift others with you, to become the kind of person whose existence gives people hope. That's the real dream. That's legacy. And make no mistake, legacy isn't built in headlines or applause. It's built in quiet moments of choice. It's built when no one's watching, when you decide to keep your word, to do the right thing, to stay kind in a cruel world. That's when you become the person your dream always needed you to be. Strong, steady, unshakable. You'll realize that the journey wasn't about reaching something, it was about remembering something. Remembering your worth, your strength, your reason. The dream was just the mirror that helped you see it. And once you do, everything changes. You stop chasing and start creating. You stop seeking approval and start walking in purpose. You stop doubting and start becoming. And one day, maybe years from now, you'll stand in a moment that feels strangely familiar. A quiet sunrise, a completed project, a peaceful silence inside your chest. And it'll hit you. You did it, not just the dream you became the person your dream required. You became everything the past version of you prayed for. And it won't feel like pride. It'll feel like peace. Because true success isn't about applause. It's about knowing you gave your best, even when it wasn't easy. It's about knowing you stayed kind when life got hard. It's about sleeping at night, knowing you built something real with integrity, with patience, with love. That's the kind of success no one can take from you. That's the kind that lasts. So if you're dreaming big, don't rush it, don't compare it, don't doubt it, let it shape you, let it humble you, let it teach you. Because in the end, your dream isn't a destination. It's a path one that leads you back home to who you were always meant to be. Dream big, fail big, learn deeply, rise quietly, and one day, when the world finally asks how you did it, you'll smile and simply say, I became it.